All right. Hello, everyone. Thank you for jumping on this Let's Go Emerald in 24 Hours call. I'm just going to share my screen with you guys so you can see. Jenny and I put together a little PowerPoint presentation to just go over some things tonight on the importance of becoming Emerald as a Beachbody coach and how you can do it super, super fast and why you should do it super fast. So my name is Lori Miggins, and we have Jenny. She's going to wave. She's one of the leaders on the Flawless Empire. So we're just going to go over this real quick with you and then take questions at the end. So hopefully by the end of this little quick presentation, you guys will understand why it's important to go Emerald and how you can do it in 24 hours. So first of all, Emerald is you plus two. So basically you're starting your team by enrolling 2 coaches, 1 on each leg. And if you haven't done any research at all on how our business is set up, it's called the binary system. And basically that means you have 2 legs, you have a left and a right leg. So you can see the little faces there. Once you have a coach enrolled on the left, and once you have a coach enrolled on the right, then you become an Emerald coach. That's how simple it is. So why is it important to sign a controlled business center? And by controlled business center, basically that means you want to become, I'm going to go back to the screen. You can easily become an Emerald coach by enrolling someone that you know on the left, like your husband or your mom or your, sister or your brother or someone that you can control. And then on the right is usually, or your other side, is usually that first challenger of yours in your challenge group that says, hey, I love Shakeology. I want to get it at a discount. So that's usually how people sign up. Or some people have a husband or spouse, and then they sign up their daughter who is 18 years or older, or someone else in their family. So they have control over 2 business centers. So basically you have control over the top, that's you. And then you enroll your spouse or a friend or a daughter or a sister or whoever, and boom, as soon as their accounts are activated, which happens Thursday morning because Beachbody weeks start every Thursday morning. So Thursday morning you wake up and you are an Emerald coach. So the reason why it's so important to sign up a spouse or someone that you know is because you have control over that business center. And later on down the line, I know this probably looks really crazy and busy for brand new coaches, but oops, I don't know why that happens when I simply, all I did was touch my mouse. Okay, there we go. So it's important to sign a controlled business center besides your own, because then you can, just like you have the power to make yourself Emerald, then you have the power to also make them Emerald. So you're controlling not only yourself now, but you're controlling your spouse's business center or your mom or your daughter or whoever it is that you enroll that you have control over. So for me, it was right away, I had a challenger who was interested in getting the discount on Shakeology. So that same day that I enrolled her as a coach, I enrolled my husband on the other side. So I had control of him, and then my challenger was on the other side. So I had control of me, and then I had control of him. And later on, that helps you to become Diamond also, because Diamond coaches, you have to have an Emerald on each side. So you have the power to turn your husband or your spouse or your whoever you sign up, that controlled business center, you have control over that. You can put coaches under that business center. You can put challengers under that business center to hit Success Club. So that's why it's really important to have a business center on the top of one of your legs that is in your spouse's name or whoever you choose to put that in, because you are in control of that. So why is it important to hit Emerald? You want to start team cycling or team cycle bonuses. And when you become an Emerald coach, there is money that you are entitled to as an Emerald coach. That's called your team bonus. So you have a strong leg and a weak leg, and you start earning volume. And I'm going to go through that a little bit in the next couple of slides. And once you have a certain amount of volume on your strong leg and a certain amount on your weak leg, you earn a $14 as an emerald, $14 bonus cycle. And every time you cycle, you earn that $14. And that money adds up really, really fast. And if you're not an emerald coach, that team cycle bonus money just sits there and waits for you to ignite your business by becoming emerald, and you don't get it until you're emerald. So really, you really, really want to become an emerald as soon as possible. It's a stepping stone. It's the first rank. It's your first goal. You start building a team, because once you have a coach on both sides, you are the leader of a team, whether it's two family members or a family member and a challenger from your challenge group. You start your team. Your team, ignites, and you begin. You establish credibility. Now you're an emerald coach. That is the first rank advancement of any of our rank advancements within Beachbody. You also start to get free customer leads. And there's two different types of customer leads. There's customer leads, those people that just call up Beachbody and say, I just want to get a free membership. And then they place you with a coach. Every single one of you, if you were like me and you bought P90X 12 years ago, you had a coach. You didn't even know it. I didn't even know it. I had a random coach. They never reached out to me. So when I actually joined my first challenge group, the first thing my coach said to me was, you have P90X, you need to do a coach change. I bet everybody on here had to fill out a coach change form because you probably were with a random coach. Those random coaches, they got you because you were a free lead. Anyone that purchases anything from Team Beachbody, whether it's bars or the 3-day refresh or Beachbody on Demand or Shakeology, they get a free coach. So that's why we tell you, once you're emerald, you really want to check your office like daily, because you get free leads. You get at least 3 a month. Whether they, get Shakeology or not, they're already interested in Beachbody. You reach out to them, you say, hey, I'm your free coach, and boom, you start earning commission off of them. If they continue to purchase from you, you put them in your challenge group, you give them the support that they need. So definitely those are some amazing reasons to become an emerald coach. Let's see the next slide here. So team cycling, I kind of talked about a little bit. So this is just the basics of what you want to try to do with your volume on your left leg, left volume, and your right leg, your right volume. If you log into your Coach Online office, you may have seen LV and RV and numbers. This is the volume, and you can tell with this one, the right side is the stronger leg, the team leg, and then the left one is the weaker leg. So basically, you want to try to keep it at half like this, or even a little bit more matched. But this is where you can start earning money. You can start earning that team cycle bonus. Every time I move my mouse, that's weird. So that is how you can start earning team cycle bonus. And we can get into more detail in that later on. But for the sake of this call and just the very generalness of why you need to become emeralds. Also, we talked about free leads. These are those people that just sign up for anything Beachbody, and you're entitled to getting them. So basically, you need to ask yourself what your action plan is to become emerald. So I want you right now to go to your calendar, look at your calendar, and write down your emerald goal date. And for some of you, it could be this Thursday. Because right now, if you're in a challenge group, if you sold a challenge pack, that means you have a challenger. And that means you have a potential coach. You can ask that challenger if they want to become a coach. Say, I see you in the challenge group. You've been doing a great job. I just wanted to offer this opportunity to you. You can get 25% off of Shakeology. Join my amazing team. Talk about all the awesome stuff that we do in the Flawless Empire Summit, all the awesome stuff. And then every single one of you on this call probably has a spouse or a friend or an aunt or an uncle or a mom that you could sign up on the other side. So this Thursday, you could become an emerald coach like that. So write down your goal date. Then make a list of 4 people you want to add to your team right now. Like, think about the 4 people. I just mentioned a few. and write them down. It could be your challengers. It could be people that you haven't even talked to Beachbody yet that you know loves Tony Horton from 12 years ago doing P90X, or maybe they love Shaun T, and hello, he's coming out with a brand new program in January. Like, those people are going to be, begging you to join your challenge group. So get them started now. I bet you they have a dusted copy of Insanity in their cabinet or garage. Talk to them about, Shaun T and being one of the first to join you on this journey, and you can't wait to do the program. But make a list of those 4 people that you want to add to your team that you think will benefit from this. I want you to send me, if you don't have an active coach, or if you do have an active coach that invited you to this call tonight, send them a message with those 4 people. And add your goal date of Emerald, because hold yourself accountable to this. The only way to accomplish a goal is to write that goal down. So when do you want to become Emerald? And what 4 people do you want on your team helping you become Emerald? All right, and the 4th thing in your action plan is you have to get uncomfortable here. You have to get a little bit uncomfortable, and you have to tell yourself that it's okay to get uncomfortable. If you've read Girl Wash Your Face, she's told you a million times, you have to share your passion and sign those 4 people up. So get ready to invite those 4 people, because I bet you 2 of them say yes, because one of them is going to be your spouse, and the other 1 out of the 3 are going to say yes. And then number 5 is just wait for your public shout out and your Emerald swag, and be added to our Emerald message or our group. So that's pretty much the gist of becoming Emerald. So who is going to go Emerald in 24 hours? Who is ready? I'm going to turn this over. I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and Jenny's going to talk a little bit about, before we take some questions, some spouse non-support in the beginning, and how it's not that easy sometimes, because I can tell you right now, my spouse was not on board in the beginning either. And I just kept telling him to trust me, trust me, trust me. And I enrolled him as a coach, and I used his social security number, and I made him drink Shakeology. And 4 years later, he doesn't miss a day. And he finally trusts me. But I'm going to let Jenny talk a little bit about her experience, and then we'll open it up for some questions.
Hey, everybody. So yeah, I had a similar story to going Emerald, and I saw a video almost exactly like this from our upline. And I said, I'm going to do it, because I was doing all the right things of sharing my story and having challengers invite me. And it was only a couple of months into being a coach, and I had gone through the training, and I started to understand the benefits, and knew that there was pretty much an unlimited, because of our team, a pretty much unlimited potential for me for income. And I said, I'm going to do this. And I don't get it yet, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to figure it out. So I was like, okay, I saw a video on how to do this. And I went to my husband, and he would already make fun of me. He already was kind of like, he wasn't on social media, so he didn't get the social media thing, for one. Now he's on Instagram, so now he can make fun of me by seeing my posts. But it was all in good fun, and he was super proud of me. I obviously had a weight loss journey. We did it together, but sort of differently. So he wasn't on Shakeology, and he wasn't doing our programs, but we both, towards the end of his journey, he did. And I just went to him and I said, hey, listen, I believe in this. It's legit. I know you don't get it. We were both in corporate America working, the most traveled path felt very comfortable for us. And I said, I'm not, it's legit. Like, it's so real. People are making careers out of this. And I love what I'm doing. I love this job. There's potential for me. And I was working full-time in corporate America. I said, I want to sign you up as a coach on my team. And I said, you don't have to do anything. I just need, and he's really tight with his social security number. Like, I don't know the PIN to his, money card, even though it goes with the same account. Like, he doesn't share stuff like that. So I was like, I just need your social security number. And this is what it's going to be. And he was like, he was like, this sounds fishy. Why do you need my social security number? I'm like, because you're going to make money. Like, we are going to make money on your account. And it didn't feel like it at the time. And he's like, all right, I trust you. You're a smart person and I believe in you. And this obviously matters to you. And he goes, okay. And I switched him. He was buying protein powder GNC. So I switched him over to Shakeology. So we bought Shakeology on my account and his account. Now we do the performance line on his account because it's the perfect match for his kind of, he still drinks Shakeology too, but the performance line is more like his groove. And then I thought, okay, and I had some challengers that had joined me. And I think at the time I didn't ask, it felt easier because my mom was like, I'm so proud of you. You're in a business. And so I was like, hey, there's this thing on the business that you can sign up and help me out a lot. Like if you would, and the funniest thing was I thought my mom was going to be really close to the vest about her social security number. She's like, oh, honey, here it is. And she just like zipped her social security number. She texted it to me. She's like, here's my credit card. Here's the number on the back. I'm like, oh my God. It was hilarious. Like, cause I, by the way, I remember where these two conversations happened. I remember exactly where I was standing behind the red chair in my living room when I talked to my husband. And I remember the intersection I was at on the phone with my mom under I-25 on Broadway going home because I was so nervous about it. And they were so much easier conversations than I had made them in my head because people that love you want to help you. And, so, you can ask, like you said, siblings or friends that you're close with, basically anybody that you trust that you can say, hey, I believe in this. And here's the thing, if it's an immediate family member, so this was another thing I was nervous about. I was like, gosh, it feels like I'm gaming the system. Like I found a way to go emerald by asking two people to do this for me. And I have their social security numbers. And at the time, my mom's credit card was on hers and she gave Shakeology a shot. It wasn't her thing. And I said, well, do you mind if I keep your account open because it helps me to have another active coach? I have since put coaches under her, by the way, because I had someone cancel their Emerald business 2.5 years into being Diamond. I had someone cancel and that dropped my account. So people I trusted, like my cousin who wanted to sign up, I said, hey, I manage 3 accounts. It's totally legit within my business. And I will tell you this from a compliance perspective, because I've been on the phone with compliance before on this. You are allowed to have your credit card, exactly the same credit card that's on your account, on 2 others below you. So 3 accounts total. So my credit card's on mine, my husband's, and my mom's. So you can do that. And you can have those people fill out a form that says, I give Jenny Dobmeyer or whoever permission to manage my account, so that you can put your own credit card, like I did on my mom's. I put my own credit card on her account and we order beach bars on hers because everybody in the house loves beach bars. And so now we have all of our products kind of evenly dispersed to hit 50 PV or 50 volume, about a little over $50 on each account, so that all 3 are active. And that's how I went Emerald. And then, they're at the top of my my downline, which is absolutely fantastic because I haven't really worked on building my mom's account because I would rather make money on Jeff's account. It's our social security number, and it's easier to manage and all of that. Nobody gets a tax document until you make $600, by the way. So if you're going to get a cousin, a friend, a mom, a spouse, and you have tax issues with that, as long as you don't make $600, it doesn't go, nothing goes to their social security number. So on my husband's account, it was great because now the next thing I did down the road was help him go Emerald, which then this is how you go Diamond. So the concepts that we're talking about going Emerald here is how you're going to grow your rank each time. And so the conversation I have, and this is kind of down the road, but people that you trust, you can say, I manage 2 accounts. One is in my spouse's name and one is in mine. They are both in my downline. You are a part of my team. and that conversation goes so well. But like I said, I manage those accounts with my credit card, and it's a really nice way to go Emerald in a way that you can control. And then now I get to tell my husband, I'm like, you made some money this week. I always joke with him. I'm like, you signed a new coach this week. I'm so proud of you. You know, like, you have $50, honey. But it all goes to my account. Yeah. But then I think that's really it. And then I think that after he saw, like, you know, income coming in, that, you know, whether it was $14 from my first team cycle bonus, or his account making, you know, whatever, $64 because we sold a challenge pack and he cycled for the first time, you start to see that this is real. And the amazing thing is that my account is earning money off of who I add to his account, and his account is earning money off of that team cycle bonus as well. So it compounds itself in a pretty amazing way. So there's a lot more trainings that we have on the team page on the website to learn how that works. But I think that's it. I didn't want to go too much deeper because it's into the nuts and bolts, Lori. But
no, that was so great. Just another thing I wanted to add, and like, I'm like out of family members, because those of you that know my story, I don't have a mom or a dad, and my sister-in-law is an amazing coach on this team, and my brother is her husband, so he made her Emerald, and I really don't have a big family, and so I wish that I had a mom or a dad that I could open an account and hold and transfer into one of my kids one day. And you can think about that too when you're asking your mom or your dad or your mother-in-law or your father-in-law, because my 12-year-old wants to be a Beachbody coach. Granted, you can't until you're, 18, but I would love to open an account to transfer, because you can do that too. You can transfer a business center into someone else's name. So think about that too, when you're signing up your mom or your dad or mother-in-law or, father-in-law. Still working on my in-laws for that, but so, that's always an option too. And like Jenny said, like later on down the line, you're signing up your spouse to help you go Emerald, and then you're going to help them go Emerald to help you go Diamond, and then you're going to help them go Diamond to help you go 1-star. And I know that's like so later on down the line, but that's why it's important to control multiple business centers.
And it was really important for me in the front end of my business too, is like my mom's account, I luckily had a challenger that decided that she wanted to do what we were doing, and she went Emerald. And so I didn't use my mom's account on that same leg for rank, but it was great because you need a certain number of coaches. Or if if somebody went inactive, I could just that month purchase one thing off of her account, like the 3-day refresh or something. And then that would get me up to the right coach count to keep my rank. So it was kind of nice to have it, even if you're not using it for rank, it's nice because it's like your buffer zone. Like if you've got that month where like, oh my God, you have these people that were so consistent and then they just, they postponed stuff and then it affects your rank. It's so nice to have that control, because once you get the team cycle bonuses, you don't not want to get them because it's missed out money. Like once that week is gone, you don't get it back.
And I love what Jenny said about she earns off of Jeff's account from her account, and then Jeff also earns too, and that's called double dipping. So I know that I shared my husband's income, and I didn't do that to brag or anything. I shared that to show you guys, like if I never enrolled my spouse, I wouldn't have that. That money would just be nowhere.
Well, and I also think, Lori, it's important to say, like, my husband is the very top coach because he was the first one I signed up. Yep. And then my mom is the first one on the other side. The other thing is, if you had waited whatever, another month or another 2 months or another 3 months, they go down when you add them, they go below the last people that you added to your team. And the lower they go, the less that double dipping happens, because everybody above them, all that volume, he doesn't get to see until it's below him. Again, if you haven't gone through the training, it sounds kind of complex, but the multiplier factor on your income is huge the higher up they are in your downline.
I would say 99.9999% of coaches that don't have a spouse on the top of one of their legs kick themselves, like after they find out that they should have. Mm-hmm. So if this is a business, if this is something that you're obviously on this call because you want to be Emerald in 24 hours, or you're here and you want to run this business the right way, you will enroll your spouse or a business center that you can control on the top of one of your legs. And if you need help figuring out which leg to enroll them on, then reach out to your upline coach or your upline diamond if you have a coach that's not active, or you can reach out to me. But yeah, you definitely need to do that. But because it's 9:26 and I want to be respectful of everyone's time, let's open this up to, you can type it in the chat or you can just unmute yourself. And if you have any questions at all about going Emerald in 24 hours, now's the time to just ask away. Anyone typing in the chat? If you don't have any questions, type in the date that you wrote down that you will be Emerald. What is your Emerald goal date? And I just want to say right now, like, Amy Upchurch, if you see her, I don't know, she's got a Christmas tree in the background. Amy was one of my first coaches. Sat as a discount coach for a while because she is a Shaun T lover. Amy and I worked together in Atlanta. I now live in Florida. I haven't seen Amy in 12 plus years in person, but we are connected through this amazing thing called Beachbody. And she just today said, I am ready to become Emerald and to rock this business. And I think it might have something to do with Shaun T's new program. But like, just look at the magic of this business and this community and our friendship. And like, here she is. She finally decided she wants to do this. And she's probably going to enroll. Look at her date is November 1st. I love it. That's Thursday. She has a plan. She told me her plan this morning, her spouse and her daughter. Boom, she's going to be Emerald Thursday morning. So I love all these dates. November 10th, November 8th. Awesome. All right, any questions at all? Any comments? Jenny, want to add anything else? I think we covered everything from a basic, not too many.
I guess the only other thing I would say, because you touched on it, was when your upline coach or upline diamond, if you have an inactive coach, puts out that announcement that you've achieved a rank advancement in your business, basically a promotion in our business. I came from the corporate world. I get really hung up on this stuff. That's legitimacy to the external world. That's you, whether it's I remember it came out and I'm like, well, it's my mom and my husband, but the whole world thought I was a business builder because I made the first step towards being a business builder. And when you're still here, whatever, 3.5 years later, it's legit and people remember that. So that announcement is a big deal on social media. It was to me. So it's definitely a cool thing. Even if you are not sure you're going to keep all the accounts, like your husband's account, active quite yet, you haven't figured that out, that's okay. It's only, to me, that $15 a month was an investment, even if I hadn't convinced him to use Shakeology every day, because I eventually did.
What is your next goal? Well, your next goal after Emerald would be Ruby and then Diamond, but we can definitely talk about that. I'm going to treat you like a brand new coach, Amy, and just pretend you just enrolled and send you all the things that I send to my new coaches and tag you in the team page and go from there. So yeah, anytime you have a coach that's discount for a while and then they just decide to jump in, that's my recommendation for sure. But I love it. And I love what Jenny said about the recognition, because it is huge. Like, nobody knows what that really is when you share, but they do know that it's something serious. It's a rank advancement. You're a business owner. And the next time they think about wanting to do something, whether it's open up a business, start a side hustle, or join a challenge group, they're going to think of Jenny because she went Emerald in some cool thing that she's doing. So I want to talk to her about it, because I saw that and somebody shouted her out for doing something really cool. So, you know, so they don't need to know what it is, but you are, you know, it's not even fake it till you make it. It's like you activated your business center. You had a goal. You did what it took to get there, and now you're there. And
yeah,
now,
I mean, it was
like Amy said, now we push on to the next goal.
right. Yeah, it's a true decision. Hitting Emerald is a decision that you are going to be a business builder, and you talked to two people who trusted you to show them the way. And that's what we do, whether they're buying a challenge pack or they're a free lead with a 14-day free trial. You're showing them the way. And so you just made a decision to do it.
I love that. It totally is a decision. So any other questions? All right. Thank you guys so much for jumping on. I'm going to hit stop record.